Alright, so here's a quick guide on the new version 1.3. We're just going to start up the exe. Nothing much has changed since last time in this sense. You'll get the prompt again, and we're going to select our Mountain Blade folder. Now we've got most of the settings up here instead in a new taskbar. Edit units is what we had last time, which is for selecting the different units. We're going to go ahead and select. You'll see there's a lot more units this time since we're loading in pretty much every single Imperial unit in the game, including Lords. We'll grab the Infantryman, Trained, Veteran, and Legionary, like we did last time. Now they'll pop up like this. And we'll get to start editing the Imperial Infantryman. As you'll see, the editing page is a bit different than last time. So we got the skills here, we got all the attributes of the units right here, we got some visual attributes like the face, and we got the equipment sets over here, and the upgrade path. If we open up equipment set 1, we'll get this window, and we can, for example, set in item slot 2, we can select Simple Javelin. We're going to do this on all of these, just like we did last time. And there we go. And you'll notice that there's a new button called Overwrite Equipment Slots. This was like the horse and horse harness slot from last time, except it now applies to all items. So if I were to set javelins here on Simple Javelin, that's going to overwrite all item 2 slots, even though I could, for example, set a different item here. But wherever I set in the override equipment slot set, it's going to overwrite all of them, including whatever exists in the single player NPC characters file. And we can go ahead and do that for the others as well. And you'll see there's also add equipment set, so if I wanted to, if I click that, it's going to generate a new equipment set that'll copy whatever is in equipment set 3. So if we open up equipment set 3 here, and I click that, and I open up that set, we'll see it has the exact same items as it had in the previous one. Now these guys already have Simple Javelin, so we don't really need to care about them. We could adjust the throwing on these guys, so we'll put it up to 40, press Update Skills. Same thing for Veteran Infantryman. We'll go here, we'll update the throwing to 100. And since I want all of these to have javelins, I can actually just use the overwrite this time. Select over here, go Javelin, and we'll select Western Javelin for these guys. And now we can go to the Legionary and do the same thing there. So we have throwing, we want that to be 130. And these guys have the Pila in the 3rd slot, but I'd prefer to have them a long spear there. So we're going to put a Western long spear, and we're going to give them a Western Javelin in this slot. Now, one of the great new features is creating new units. You'll get this window, and we'll create first an ID like this, and try to please keep this unique, and we'll give them a name, Centurion. There we go. Now he pops into this list. We want this to come as a unit upgrade from the Legionary. Let's go ahead and edit him. You'll see almost everything is blank here. We can go compare with the Legionary. The most important things to set here are culture. We'll set it to Empire. This is not a basic troop because it's not the first troop in the tree line. We want to set his level to one that's higher than 26, the previous one, and we'll try to keep it in the same range that Tail Worlds use, so we'll set it to 31 there. I'm not going to set age here. I could, and honestly I don't think this age actually sets the in-game visual age. I believe this could be the age that's instead written in the character descriptions. We'll keep it male for now. Default group, we'll set him as infantry. We'll set his occupation as soldier, and you'll see there's a lot more options here. And we want to set the face to villager empire, because if you forget this, you might end up with a kid running around on the field. And although that's fun, I think it's pretty game breaking. And we'll set the civilian template, which is how they're going to look like when they're not on the battlefield, but in civilian environments, to the template T3, just like the others. And let's give them some reasonable stats here, like, let's go something like this. There we go. And for these guys, we want to make them look nice and fancy. So we'll give them fine steel spatha. We want to give them a good shield. There should be an iron-rimmed kite shield. I think we'll try out that one. We'll also give these guys a nice spear. And we'll give them javelins. For the head, I think let's try the plumed helmets. I think that could look pretty nice. We'll go for a plumed lamellar helmet. For the body, we'll go an Imperial scale armor. We'll pick the lamellar plate boots. And we'll go for the lamellar plate gauntlets. I'm only going to give them one set for sake of brevity. Now that we've added this culture here, if we check the upgrade path on Legionaries and we select Empire, we'll now see at the bottom, there we go, Imperial Centurion. I'm going to click Done on that. And that is our new settings set. One thing that I've added in the latest version now, latest update at 1.3, alongside commit to mod, I've added again the feature edit base code. So if we click that, we're going to get this window again. You'll see we got the new modded single player NPC characters. We also have the backup right here. Now if you want, I've made it a bit easier to restore the original. So if you click restore original, you'll see how we now have the original single player NPCs and we've got a modded version here. And we can also restore the modded version. That'll pop up a new window again, and now we've got the modded version here, and we've saved both. We'll restore the original, because I want to show the main function of this, which is commit to mod. And we'll call this the new Imperial fix. That mod is now created. So if we check modules, we'll see a new Imperial fix. We'll open that one up quickly. And we got Imperial Infantryman, we got Imperial Trained Infantryman, we got Imperial Veteran Infantryman, and Imperial Legionary. You'll see the Legionary now has the equipment slots, Western Spear and Javelin, and a new upgrade path to the Imperial Centurion. And we got the Imperial Centurion right here with all these nice stats. So let's try loading this in the game and see how it looks. So the biggest difference from last time is that this time we want to actually click in the new Imperial mod that we made, or whatever mod you've called it, and we'll just click play. Alright, so having leveled up a few units now in a fresh campaign, let's see what we have. We'll open up the party, and we got the Imperial Infantryman, now with the Simple Javelins, Trained Infantryman, as we expected with the Simple Javelins. Our Veteran Infantryman has the Long Spear with the Western Javelins. Imperial Legionaries also have a Long Spear and a Western Javelins. And we can see here the new Imperial Centurion, and if we click that one and we open him up, there we go. There's our brand new Imperial Centurion with Western Javelins, a Long Spear, Fine Long Spatha, the Scale Armor, and the Lamellar Armor. Thing to keep in mind when extending troop trees is to try to not overwrite existing troop paths. So for example, here I added on to the Imperial Legionary who didn't have any extra troop paths already. You wouldn't want to, for example, add a new troop tree to the Imperial Trained Infantryman since he already has these two troop paths. And since they're already determined in the game, if there's no other way for them to get them, the game's going to crash as the Lords are trying to get these units which they can't get anymore. So just a thing to keep in mind there.